Diddy is making yet another attempt to regain his freedom, taking another swing at securing bond after spending 3 difficult weeks behind bars. For a man who has spent the majority of his life as a free spirit, thriving at the peak of the music industry, these past few weeks have been nothing short of a nightmare. The rap mogul, who has been an influential figure in the entertainment world for decades, is fighting not only to regain his physical freedom but also to protect the legacy he spent a lifetime building. His legal team isn't giving up on him. They've just filed another round of legal documents, obtained by TMZ, in a bid to overturn the most recent decision that denied him bond. The message from Diddy's attorneys is clear. They believe the decision to keep him locked up is not only harsh but unjust. They argue that the federal prosecutor's claims of him being a flight risk are exaggerated, almost as if they were designed to keep a man of his stature behind bars indefinitely. What makes this situation even more complex is that Diddy's legal team has proposed what they believe is a rock-solid offer. According to them, there's simply no reason to believe Diddy would flee. The $50 million bail, a staggering sum by any measure, comes with significant restrictions meant to quell any concerns about him skipping town. His lawyers argue that the terms of this package should be more than enough to put the prosecution's worries to rest. Among these terms, they've highlighted some severe personal sacrifices Diddy is willing to make, even as he fights for his life, freedom, and reputation. To address fears of witness tampering, Diddy has promised to avoid contact with any potential witnesses, agreeing not to speak to anyone connected to the grand jury proceedings. This is a crucial part of the case, as witness tampering could destroy any possibility of a fair trial. He's also agreed to submit to weekly drug tests, essentially allowing the court to keep tabs on him to make sure he's following every rule laid out. But perhaps one of the more striking terms is his agreement to sell his private plane, a symbol of his wealth and influence. For Diddy, this isn't just about liquidating an asset, it's about showing the court that he's serious. Selling that plane signals a clear willingness to stay grounded both literally and figuratively. But that's not all. Diddy has even gone so far as to offer an unusual but specific condition. He's promised not to have any female visitors who are not family members. This, too, addresses concerns that his presence at his Miami mansion might somehow pose a risk to others. He's drawn a hard line between family and others, showing the court that he's willing to cut ties with his extravagant social life, at least temporarily, to prove that he can be trusted under house arrest. This, of course, is Diddy's third formal attempt to be released on bond. He's not giving up easily. His persistence is emblematic of a man who has fought for everything he's ever earned in life. The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for his freedom but for his reputation, his family, and his future. The legal battle began on September 16th, when federal agents stormed into the luxury Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. It was a surreal moment. A larger-than-life figure taken into custody in one of the most dramatic arrests in recent memory. The mogul, whose real name is Sean Combs, was charged with a slew of serious offenses, including sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation with the intent to engage in prostitution. Each of these charges alone would be a significant blow to anyone's life, but for someone like Diddy, the implications are far more profound. This arrest wasn't just the product of a single investigation. It was the culmination of a long and deeply rooted probe into his activities. 6 months earlier, federal agents had raided his sprawling Miami and Los Angeles estates, seizing evidence and digging deeper into what they believe is a web of criminal activity. The raids themselves sent shockwaves throughout the industry. Many wondered, how could someone as influential, as successful, and as powerful as Diddy find himself at the center of such a scandal? But Diddy has consistently denied all the allegations. He's pleaded not guilty, insisting that these accusations are nothing more than a gross mischaracterization of who he is and what he's about. For someone who's been in the public eye for so long, there's a lot at stake. This isn't just about a criminal case, it's about public perception. Diddy has built an empire based on his name, his brand, and his ability to connect with fans. Now, with his reputation on the line, he's in a fight for his life. His defense attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has made it clear that Diddy isn't just fighting to get out of jail, he's fighting to prove his innocence. In a powerful statement, Agnifilo declared that his client is an innocent man with nothing to hide. The weight of those words hangs in the air as Diddy sits in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, awaiting the court's next move. Being confined in that facility is a world apart from the lavish lifestyle he's used to, a stark contrast to the man who once defined luxury, success, and hustle. Diddy's family, friends, and fans are undoubtedly holding their breath, waiting to see how the legal drama unfolds. His 7 children, who have always been at the center of his life, are facing the harsh reality that their father could be facing a future behind bars. The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for Diddy himself, but for those who depend on him and believe in him. This third attempt at securing bond is crucial. The court agrees with his legal team and decides to grant him release. It could dramatically shift the momentum in his case. Diddy would be able to prepare for his defense from the comfort of his Miami home, surrounded by loved ones, rather than sitting in a cold jail cell in Brooklyn. The optics of that alone would have a powerful impact on how the public perceives him. On the other hand, if this appeal is denied, it would be a crushing blow, not only for Diddy but for those who still see him as a cultural icon. Every denied bond request keeps him behind bars longer, making it harder for him to mount a defense and increasing the psychological toll. It's hard to imagine what someone like Diddy, who has spent so many years in the limelight, must be going through in a situation like this. For a man who's used to being in control, the loss of freedom is devastating. It remains to be seen whether this third attempt will be successful. The legal process is unpredictable, and no one can say for certain what the next move will be. All eyes are on Diddy, the man who once seemed untouchable, as he fights to regain his freedom and clear his name. The world is watching, and the outcome of this case will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on his legacy. His life now hinges on these court proceedings. Since his arrest, the media has been awash with speculation, painting various pictures of Diddy's involvement or innocence. Every move he makes is scrutinized, and this particular attempt at securing bond is no different. Public, ever fascinated by the rise and fall of celebrities, is watching this story unfold with a mix of curiosity, disbelief, and anticipation. After all, Diddy is not just any celebrity. He is a man who has been synonymous with power, wealth, and influence for decades. His downfall, if it were to occur, would be one of the most high-profile in recent history. The allegations against him have sparked heated debates, both in the media and amongst the public. Some argue that the charges reflect a side of the entertainment industry that has long been hidden, an underworld where power dynamics are abused and individuals are exploited. Others believe that Diddy, much like many other powerful men in his position, is the target of overzealous prosecution, a scapegoat for larger societal issues. But in the court of law, speculation holds no weight. What matters is evidence, and Diddy's defense team is working tirelessly to dismantle the prosecution's case. They know that public opinion can only go so far, and ultimately, it is the court that will decide his fate. Trial, when it eventually happens, will be a spectacle, drawing attention from all corners of the globe.